Go.
Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 29.
Listen, we need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment. This show is very crazy, and I'm on this crazy walk with y'all. But thank y'all for suggesting this show. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Walk us through this, please.
All right. We start with Ayonna and Jamal.
Oh, my goodness.
Ayonna is reporting to jail today.
Okay.
She is getting some stuff together with her mom, her grandma, her kids. Mm-hmm. And it's 10 a.m. Ayonna has to be to jail at 11, and she is running late. There's some things that she can actually bring to jail, like T-shirts, bras, socks. So she has to run to the store to grab it. So she's already going to, it looks like ETA is looking like 11:30 by the time she leaves the store. And she's over there rushing her mom, telling her, come on, drive off. I'm just like, somebody without a license has a whole lot of mouth. So Jamal calls. He's ready for her to go and get it over with. In jail, prisoners can't call each other, and she is going to need a middleman. She hopes that she can find a way to talk to him when she gets in jail.
I hope they give you more time.
Yeah.
Period. Like you ain't gonna learn.
No.
Right? You got me speaking Ebonics now.
Okay.
You ain't gonna learn, right? The fact, for one, being late to jail is crazy. Let's start with that. All these things, you knew you was going to jail. You knew all these things you needed, right? Why is it like
the day of,
the
hour of,
right? Literally the hour of, right? And you can't even go to jail, right? Like the mother talking to you, she's concerned, and that's the thing about a mother. She looks so defeated in the car while her daughter's on the phone with another prisoner.
Yeah,
it's like there comes a point in parenting where it's like, there's what have I done? You start blaming yourself because you're like, I brought this menace into the world, you know. And she just looked defeated, like her face just looked like she just extracted all emotions from the situation. She's like, I'm just dropping her off to jail.
Yeah. Right?
Even the most emotion that I saw her have is when she pulled up at the gate. She was like, I'm dropping my daughter off to jail.
Yeah.
Right? But other than that, Ayonna, she don't understand. She don't want to understand. On the last day or the day of, or as Blair said perfectly, the hour of, she over here trying to get things last minute. I'm like, what were you doing the days leading up to it? When you worried about going to see Jamal, but you could have went to the store and got everything you needed. You better go to jail.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. And mom pulls up, drops her off, and she hopes that Ayonna will be a better person when she gets out.
She won't.
Well, that's why she'll be on 4-year probation. Hopefully she'll figure it out eventually. Or she'll be back in jail.
That 4-year probation is a setup. Like, you put yourself in a situation to where, like, the system is hoping for you to fail, Ayonna. Like they don't truly believe you can get it right. And they basically like, listen here, we go put you on a situation where you always going to have some type of person you have to check in with, and we know you're not going to do right. And you go end up in jail. It just is what it is. And we go rinse and repeat. You go to jail, and then you go do a sentence. You should go do a bid. You go get out. We go put you on probation again. Yeah. And you're going to, it's just going to be rinse and repeat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we move on to Shantae and True.
Yeah.
Shantae gets back from the meeting with True's mom and sister.
Yeah.
She's telling her kids that True lied about where he was going to go once he was released. And pretty much the sister was saying that you don't know the real him. She tried to get more information, and the sister was like, you'll see.
Wow. Well, what's your thoughts? If you Shantae that moment, somebody say, you'll see.
To me, it sounds like I'm dealing with a menace.
Okay.
like I'm only not seeing his true colors because I've never been around him. So when I meet him, it's gonna come out. So I'm just like, I would probably be terrified. And not terrified in the sense that he'll do something to me, but terrified like, what did I do to be put in a situation to be connected to a person like this?
Well, for starters, you haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And that's on you.
Yeah.
The mama told on him and basically got him the max sentence for his crime and things of that nature. The sister saying, I don't really know him. Shantae, wake up, baby.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? There are some things that she's going to reveal about herself that is sad. You get what I'm saying? That should happen to nobody. But I find it very... Those type of things, such as SA, is not only an attack on the body. I don't want to neglect that, but it's really an attack on the mind. And when it happens...
That's what Shantae had been through.
Yes, right? And when it comes to Shantae, even the idea of feeling like you owe it to someone because they help you out of a dark time and things like that, as Blake will share with us with True, I'm like, I'm sorry that you was in that dark place to begin with. You get what I'm saying? Especially because no one asked for that, you know? But that doesn't mean that you owe or like indebted to this prisoner that you don't know. The mama saying he's a menace. The sister said you don't really know him. The mother even saying things like he's not really even into women like you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So Shantae just seems lost.
Yeah.
She just letting however the wind is blowing that day, she just going that day. But let's continue. True calls and then what happens?
He tells her not to worry about anything.
Oh my goodness.
And he's ready to go out to eat, go into a sex shop, and then he starts talking nasty, talking about everything he wanted to do to her.
Is he talking that nasty?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she says True was there for her at her lowest point in life.
Yeah.
She was working in a hotel, got a fake call from security, and was SA'd by a coworker. So that's pretty much where we leave off with their story for the episode.
It's sad. It really is because your life, even up to that point, is just one big deception. And it looked like it's just a rinse and repeat with that. Like, True is deceiving you, you've been deceived, and it sucks because it's like now your mind is just totally like it changes and it's different, you know?
Yeah. So Teenie and Rob.
Yeah.
It is 1 week until Rob's release. He is still checking on all the cameras, talking to the kids and Teenie, telling the kids not to eat on the couch and all this type of stuff. So apparently he didn't call her the night before, and he explains that they're being more strict.
Yeah.
And he won't be able to use his phone because if he gets caught with his phone, it's going to affect his release date. He says that there are women that drool over him in the prison, and I'm thinking that it's the guards, the way he explained it. He knows there will be more pressure when he gets out, but he loves his family. I don't know. If you're thinking that way, then I don't know if he's really ready to be totally monogamous and into his marriage and his kids.
Yeah.
So, well, the daughter is concerned about the discipline and how things might change when Rob gets home. Teenie and her son are going to pick up Rob because her daughter Cheyenne had some testing to do for school. Yeah. So apparently Rob sold his phone a few days ago, so not to get caught, to not affect his release date. And they're pulling up to the jail. Teenie and the son are nervous, kind of excited as well. And when Teenie sees him, she runs out the car, and the kid thankfully runs out the car too.
Leaves the kid in the car.
I mean, she bolted. I'm just like, where's the baby at? And so he ran out too, so they could see Rob.
How did you feel about Teenie in the scene, or just overall your feelings with the scene in general?
Overall, I mean, it's more of the same. I mean, just like, I don't know, like her bringing the kids up to the jail,
it's wild, right?
Having them be excited for this guy who's really not their dad to come home and be their dad. And it's just I feel like it's putting a lot of expectations on this man to where you really haven't seen him outside of prison since y'all were teenagers. And even though you're able to be a stay-at-home mom and he's providing financially, like, you really don't know how things will be when he gets home. And I just feel like she's relying so much on him being an upstanding man when he gets home. And he's over here talking about people and women on the outside, and there's going to be temptations and all this type of stuff. I'm just like, I think his mind is more places than just at home and trying to be on the straight and narrow. So
I think, for starters, right, the fact that y'all was able to get away with this phone and camera situation, it's contraband. You get what I'm saying? Like, so he's even doing something illegal while he's in jail, risking his freedom while he's locked up, you know? But, you know, jail is hard, and however people got to get by day, he been in there for years. I'm not there to judge that. For some reason, this made me look at Teenie with disgust, boy. Like, really disgust. I almost went as far as saying I look at her and Ayonna the same, but Ayonna was in her mother's bathroom clapping her booty cheeks in front of that camera.
And she ain't have her kids.
So it's like, I can't look at y'all the same. Ayonna she is who she is, you know? But Teenie, you look so lost, and you could be confused by the outward optics of it. Teenie, like, she got it all together. She got the house. She take care of her kids. You know, they go up to see their father every weekend and stuff like that. But when she got out that car and left her son in that car and ran to this guy across that yard, it almost like snapped me back into reality. Like, oh, you're lost.
Yeah.
You're a lost cause. You put your future and your hope into someone that you haven't even seen operate in the real world in like decades. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really know what to expect from Teenie. Rob, I can't wait for that next episode. And I think it's going to be a reality check for her because I think she's expecting some type of like, you know, my family is back together. When I'm like, y'all was never together in the real world. So everything is going, even seeing him on the camera saying, you know, you're not supposed to be eating on the couch. Man, I'll be eating on that couch. Okay, like you're not gonna subject me to something weird to where a camera's talking to me, and it just makes me go, "Where's the real father? The real father can't be in their real life. He can't be because there's no way that
the first one passed away.
Oh, you're
and
right.
The second one, he's
you're
just
right.
not there.
You're right. The first one did pass away, but the second one, two, right?
Yeah.
The second one, he I know he's not in their life, or like in that child's life, right? Because it's like you have subjected your kids to a prison themselves, to where they can't walk around their house without a hey, what are you doing? That's prison. You put your family in prison because one guy who's not their real father is in prison, and I just think it's weird.
Well, moving on to Andrew and Candice.
Oh my goodness.
Candice is trying to tell Andrew to be regular.
Hey, I love you. Be regular. Yeah.
So he's concerned for her because she has anxiety and she has to go register with the courts. And he is like, do you want me to go in with you? Like, do you need help? And she's just like, relax. Okay. She says that she's going to be uneasy until she talks to her PO. He wants to know how he can help, but she doesn't know what to tell him. She knows that she's not a delicate little girl. She can handle a lot. She's been to prison. And she feels that Andrew is just being overbearing.
Listen, it's overbearing when I don't like you. It's loving when I love you. Yeah. You know?
She says that it's a lot so fast. She doesn't want to feel obligated because he's done so much. Andrew wants to show her what a healthy relationship feels like. And he feels like this is kind of her past speaking. And he tells her that he's not going to go anywhere.
Listen, it's a threat when I don't like you.
Candice thinks that she can make it work if he can give her some space, but he's just not getting it.
I have a question, and this is, let's be real with this question. Do you feel like, and I'm only using Candice and Andrew as muses, but not Candice and Andrew, their personalities. Gotcha. I'm just going to use their names. Is Candice obligated to love Andrew?
No.
Really? Help me with that.
Because if you're doing things out the kindness of your heart for somebody that you love and care for, then that's you. That's what you decided to do for this person. Andrew could have set up boundaries to say, I'll come and pick you up to take you to your place. I will, be there still for you over the phone and all this type of stuff. He didn't have to do all the things he did.
Talk about apartments, cars.
Right. I think he overextended himself, especially with the fact that you're over here. And of course, she's telling you all the sweet nothings that you want to hear. And you think you're doing this for this person you love, but you really never met this person and you don't know how they are outside of prison. And people warn you about people being in prison, taking advantage of people on the outside and their kindness. So I think Andrew, it's really on him to have set up better boundaries for himself to not get hurt.
And I agree with that. If we was to use Andrew and Candice as a muse. Now, Candice, the person in this scene, you're obligated to Andrew.
Okay.
Because you was the one who said, I love you on those phone calls. I'm sure
she said yes to the proposal.
I'm
and
sure you say, come on now, Blair.
She did.
Because look, I showed y'all the one side of it, and now I'm showing y'all the realistic side of it. You said yes to the proposal. Andrew ain't the one on the phone. Well, hell, he could be. Because I'm like, he could be the one saying I love you, and she like, yeah, okay, I'm hanging up now. Like, but my thing is, like, you played into it, right? And now, woe is him to expect something when y'all both free, and now he's like made to be felt like a weirdo and that he's moving too fast. Well, I'm sure you would give him some expectations that he's like, I want those fulfilled too. I got you this apartment, and I'm sorry, like, guys, we are transactional. You get what I'm saying? I got you this apartment, I got you this truck. I don't even got a truck. You know what I'm saying? I got you like I made your all this makeup and all this hair stuff that you got and all your
Even
life,
the phone she using.
your phone you're using and things of that nature. Like, I set you up perfectly, and you're my fiance. You're obligated to show me something. Don't be in the car with me saying be regular. What you mean? like it's just strange. And I'm not trying to make it seem like because I did these things that you should do something for me. But I'm like, you played into it though. Like the fact that you said I love you too. The fact that you told the producers that you're attracted to me. We saw that was a lie, as we go see later on. It's like now I'm overbearing. It's criminal. You get what I'm saying? That's basically what happens.
Yeah. Well, she needs to go to the recovery place. Yeah. She's worried if the PO might have went there and then she wasn't there. So she's going to go there and wait to see if the PO comes.
Man, I can't wait till she meet with this PO, get their number or whatever, because it seemed like the PO is her boogeyman. Right. It seemed like.
So she's feeling like the relationship feels weird and unnatural. And if that doesn't change, things aren't going to work. He tells her again he's not going to give up on her. And she's worried with her being uncomfortable that it's a trigger for her to where she might use again. He asks her if she still loves him. She doesn't respond. But he says, if you do, then we're good.
Whoa.
But I don't think I heard her say anything or even look at him.
Why did you ask me a question and then answer your own question? Right. Like, Andrew, you're going outside, buddy.
So they stop the car for her to get a cigarette break. And she says being in a relationship is giving her anxiety when she has so much other stuff that she needs to do. Yeah. She tells him she can't do it. She needs to be alone right now.
Pull over the car. I just pull over. You keep trying to touch my hand. I need a cigarette break.
Yeah. So he offers to stay together. Like, we can stay together. I can give you your space. I can go home early, like whatever you need. And Candice tells him that she's getting triggered. Andrew doesn't believe that it's him. He knows that she loves him, but it's hard for her with the issues she's experienced in the past.
What do you mean you knew? You asked her the question and then you answered it before she even answered.
Well, Candice says, with the truck, you can take it back or whatever. You can do whatever you want with the apartment. She tells him that she loves him, but she needs to love him from a distance. She needs to be alone. And then she asks, can you take me to the well-care place and drop me off?
Blair said she would have left my behind out there.
Exactly. You say you want to be left alone? All right.
Can you take me to my people?
No, you want to be left alone.
Oh, my gosh.
Call an Uber. I didn't take the phone from you.
But I ain't got your card information on there. You're so wrong to leave me on the side of the road like that.
You say you want to be left alone. I'm respecting your wishes.
Oh, now you want to respect my wishes. Dude, you think even though she offered it, I think it's a fake offer in my opinion. About you should take the car back. She said, dude, you want the ring back at first, right? Yeah. And all those things. And he said, no, keep it because he still have hope that their relationship is going to work out. Do you think or do you believe that once someone tells you, which is Candice, you know what, I don't want to be with you, that isn't his right to be like, well, I'm taking the apartment, I'm taking the truck, I'm taking the ring, I'm taking everything back. Yeah, I'm taking everything back.
Absolutely.
And to leave her on the side of the road?
I mean, I took a remote back from an ex that I bought.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, take all that back.
Because you didn't buy the TV?
I bought the remote.
Okay. But if you would have brought the TV, you would have been hugging that TV and walking out.
Yeah, take it back.
Oh, you really going to leave her homeless on the side of the road?
She could get there. I'm sure she could find a way. She ended up calling her friend Denise later on.
I understand that. I'm saying in this scenario to where if Andrew was man enough to be like, well, if you can't have me, you can't have nothing that's attached to me. If he would have took the apartment and everything, that she would have to stay in that little motel.
That's where she's going. She says she wants to stay there so that way, she's there for her PO.
But that's only for 30 days though.
And then she'll figure it out.
Oh my gosh.
She was going to do it without me.
Well, that's true. That's fair.
I mean, what do you think? My answer is not going to change.
See, I'm the type to not get myself in these situations.
Right.
But I will say, Andrew, you should have took the ring back. And the fact that you think she's like it's her past, no, it's her present. Right. Me, I do take things back. I do remember I was in a relationship one time, and we broke up, and we broke up twice because I broke up with her, and then I got roped back into it, and she broke up with me, kind of like the rope-a-dope. You know what I'm saying? And I took everything back, everything back. I mean, everything.
So you just like me.
I'm talking about. A card. A card, I had things that had her name on it. I said, I want it. You know what I mean? I want everything. And I donated some other stuff, and I just threw it away. I was like, give me everything. I want it all. Well, Chris, it's a tie clip. Give it to me. Like I want it all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. So he should take back. Right. So he takes her to the well care place.
Yeah.
Drops her off. She ends up calling her friend Denise and telling her she told Andrew that she needs a break.
Yeah.
And then on the call, Denise is telling her, okay, you could stick with the plan. What's the plan?
Yeah.
What's the plan?
You're right. I almost forgot about that. She definitely told her stick to the plan, because she told her, like, basically, like, it's almost as if the friend was almost disappointed that like Candice has some type of like hey, we had a plan with this, and you're kind of like aborting kind of early. What do you mean you broke up with Andrew? That's not the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like it's strange, man.
Yeah. Well, in the interview, the interviewer asked her, because remind you, Andrew asked her when they were breaking up, like, was this like a prison thing for money type situation? And she was like, no. But when the interviewer asked if she ever used Andrew for money, she kind of smiles a little bit.
That evil villain smile. Yep.
And she says, he made it easy.
Oh my God.
It wasn't scamming if he wanted to give me stuff. She says she's doing what she needed to do to get what she wants.
Your thoughts on that alone?
She says, a cold, cold world. My thoughts, I don't blame her. It's not right.
Gosh.
It's not right. It's not right at all. But if you're going to be, what do they call it, a sucker, you're going to get licked.
Don't use my line. Don't listen.
If you're going to be a sucker, you're going to get licked.
Listen
Andrew
here.
was the sucker today.
Listen here.
So
do not credit Blair with that line, okay? In this house, whenever I'm talking to Blair, we talking about stuff and we gossiping about y'all and stuff like that, I say, listen here, suckers are made to be licked, okay?
All right.
So, but I'm not using it for this, though. I'm not using it for this, right? Dang, man. It really, I don't want to say once a criminal, always a criminal. You get what I'm saying? But it really, if I was to really, what's the word? Empathize. I'm going to empathize. Only 1%. Can I empathize with Candice 1%? Right? When you go to prison, you really have nothing. And if you really treat your family bad, she already was not in connection with her son's father, and things like that. She really went in there alone. Her friend was a prisoner. You get what I'm saying? So it does put you in survival mode of what do I need to do to get what I need to get while I'm doing my bid. You know, they tell you things cost. Well, I don't have a job in prison. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
nobody's sending me money.
So it's like, if I was to empathize with Candice, you don't have anything. It can even feel like the Lord sent him. It can feel like a miracle.
Yeah.
You know, that a sucker
showed up on your doorstep.
Showed up on a doorstep, got a truck, got a ring, got a pillows, got all these things. And I can empathize, but Candice, you're a bad person. Okay, like
she knows.
No. She definitely knows that she has no problems. She has no problems.
So we move on to Rick and Samantha.
Yeah.
Rick and Samantha get married at the courthouse.
Yeah.
And then when Rick is coming out, Ricardo drove him. The whole car is decked out and just married decor. So she's going to be released in a couple of months, and they look forward to spending their life together.
Yeah.
But we fast forward a few weeks. Since the wedding, Rick and Samantha have been having issues. Samantha says Rick hasn't been talking to her much. He says it's because he's surprised about her financial situation. When she gets out, she's not interested in going to work. She's talking about writing a book, having a jewelry company. When she FaceTimes him, she's talking about how she's owned businesses in the past, and that it's really not crazy for her to want to do that.
Well, where is the money to those businesses? I
don't know.
It's crazy, but go ahead.
But she says that she isn't judgmental of his financial situation. She's fine with how things are for him.
I'm retired. have a pension. Yes, my ex-wife takes half of my pension, but like I'm retired. I can live where I live and be good.
Right. And by myself, taking care of myself.
Yes.
I don't know if I can take care of 2 people on what I bring home.
Yeah.
Speaking for Rick. So during the FaceTime with Samantha, he gets a call from Sandy. If y'all remember Sandy from the reunion episode, she was hanging all over Rick and running him bad pretty much. So he tells her pretty much like, look, I gotta go. I got other stuff to do. And she says, you gonna call me back? He says he may or may not. He's like, I just don't want to be arguing. If it's gonna be like this, I may not call you back. So Rick is kind of through with Samantha for the moment.
Listen, what is your thoughts overall?
My thoughts is I think they rushed into this marriage thing too quickly. I think that he should have waited till she got out,
of course,
seeing how things were, and go about it that way. Because now he's surprised about her financial situation. Well, I mean, she's in jail. She's not working. So I'm just kind of like, what did you expect? And honestly, yes, maybe you thought she would want to come out looking for a job, but these are the conversations you have before you get married.
That leads me to ask, what the hell y'all be talking about?
Yeah.
Do y'all just be talking about this family reunion that's supposed to happen, and when it happens, you talk about like what happened? I'm like, throughout this whole situation, like that would have been the number one conversation. Okay, you will be an ex-convict, which means you probably can only work at Amazon. You probably can only work at certain places, right? What can you contribute? What do you mean? What can I contribute? Well, it was nice knowing you. Like those are the conversations I need to have. If I'm you telling me I have to move to you. And like depend on your jewelry company, depend on you writing a book. I don't know your last name, Samantha. Like it's strange, and no one is saying that you can't do it. That's the problem. People when you don't believe in someone's dream, or when you don't listen to the bullish of how they're gonna do their dream, they be like, you don't believe in me. No, it's not that I don't believe in you. You just telling me these vague things and these like these 1% like chances of it succeeding. Like I'm gonna be a writer. Yeah. And I'm gonna write a book. Samantha, have you been writing? No, I'm gonna wait till I get out of prison to write. I'm like, you should be writing. Yeah. Like you should have a book ready to be published. Use your time wisely. Don't be calling me. Yeah. If I was Rick, I would have his name Rick, right? Yeah. If I was Rick, I'd be like, okay, how many pages you wrote today? Wrote? I'm like, you know what? I think I'm out. Yeah. I think I'm out.
Or even for me in particular, like I'm all about people having dreams, aspirations, all these types of things. But can you feed yourself?
Can you feed me?
Okay. If feed yourself, be able to take care of yourself and do all the things you want to do. That's my only thing. Facts. So not Rick over here having to feed Samantha because she can't afford nothing. But anyway, so we move on to Michael and Joey.
Oh man.
Joey is heading to meet Michael's mom, and Joey has pulled back from Michael a little bit. With his mom getting sick, it's put a lot of things into perspective. Joey is thinking that it's dumb that he is going to wait for Michael to get out of jail and think that Michael's going to be an angel.
Especially him being in and out, a career criminal, as Blair would say. Yeah. Yeah.
Michael's mom hasn't been to see him, and she really kind of doesn't really understand Joey's situation with Michael.
Really?
She even turned him into the cops at one point just to know where he was.
We got mothers over here telling on their sons, man.
Yeah. And Joey's like, it's a red flag when his mom talks about his prison history and how he's been in and out. And the mom isn't confident that he's going to come out and do right. With Michael saying that he can change, Joey is starting to think that that might be a lie.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts is I think Joey is starting to come to the realization that Michael is a career criminal and Joey putting his life on pause. He even mentioned like people are going out on weekends, enjoying times with their partners. And I'm just here just waiting for this person who's in prison. And I'm just like, yeah, Joey, you get it. So when are you going to break up with him? So I'm just waiting for Joey to, pull the proverbial trigger. So
man, it's crazy because that is true. Exactly what you said. People out here going out on weekends to bars, to parties, to restaurants, just being normal while I'm over here reading Fellatio for Dummies. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Like it's just like and now your mom about to die. And now that's the beautiful thing, which is kind of crazy to say about death, but that's the beautiful thing about death. It brings sorrow, it brings pain, but it brings.
Well, I think she's recovering. So.
But listen here.
Okay.
I have a point.
Okay.
It brings sorrow, it brings pain, but it brings perspective.
Yeah.
It knocks things back in place. and you realize that you don't have time. And even more so, your parents don't have time. Even when she survived, even when your father is old and things like that, the reality of death knocks things back in place. And it makes you go, you know what? Let me call that friend. You know what? Let me actually invest in my family. Let me move out my daddy's house. You get like it's a perfect reset. You know, and that's what Joey needs. Especially Michael not even being honest with him right now. Michael said, "I might be here for another 6 years." Joey don't know that. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm guessing Joey know that now watching it. You know, but it's a interesting thing to watch in real time. Joey kind of waking up and seeing the light. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Is that all?
That's everything.
Anything else you want to share on this episode, Blair?
That is all.
Listen here, I need you to subscribe, like, share this show. This show is crazy enough, and it's crazy enough that we can't keep it to ourselves.
Right.
Share it to other people. Let people know who Ayonna is. Let people know who all these other people, who Rick is, and things of that nature, right? Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Y'all be good. All right.
Bye.